Hello, it's me, Aqua, and before we get started, I have to excuse myself. I have to re-record this simply because I fucked up the first recording and now I'm too lazy to set everything up again, so I'm just recording this from my bed. I hope it's fine. Anyway, hello, welcome to the last day of Xiaobedo week. No, actually, that was yesterday. I missed the day. Basically, it took a lot of time to get the picture ready, and then I had it done, but it was already too late to start making the video for the day. So now it comes a day later. I hope that's still fine with you. If you already know me for a while, you know that I left something out that I normally heavily involve in my works. And these things are crossovers and AUs. I love these crazy concepts of taking familiar characters and storylines and combining them or putting them in other settings and watch them take place there. And Day 7's prompt future was perfect for that. For this day I actually got 3 different ideas. Idea number 1. An illustration of a modern AU inspired by the anime Skate the Infinity. Skate the Infinite. Something along these lines. Anyway, this AU grew in my mind for the last month or so. Only problem here is that Xiao and Albedo are only supposed to be minor characters in this AU, and to explain them, I would also have to explain Zhongli, Ningguang, Ganyu, Venti, the Nameless Bard, Sucrose, Noelle, Aether, and Lumine. Too much plot for one video, in my opinion. So, idea number 2. Futuristic AU, with Albedo as a humanoid AI and Xiao as a cyborg or something. This thing would focus more on design than anything else, with Xiao being roughed up, resembling the futuristic style of something like Pacific Rim, and Albedo having a slick, clean design like we know it from iRobot or the Portal series or... Wait a moment. Idea number 3, Portal AU. That's it, that's my point, Portal 1. Let's get to the speed paint. While it's well known, I think it's only fair to quickly summarize the premise of these games, which, yes, includes spoilers. You have been warned. Portal is a puzzle platform game developed and published by Valve. The gameplay consists of a series of puzzles that have to be solved while using a portal gun. This device allows the player to place 2 connected portals on the wide floors and walls of test chambers. While playing, a robotic voice named GLaDOS watches over the player, commenting on failure or success, giving more or less helpful tips, and promises you cake or even a party if you complete all the tests. At some point, the player learns that GLaDOS is actually corrupted and killed most people in the facility when she was first activated. End goal is of course defeating her and escaping. Does the player succeed? Well, that's a question for another time. I did a lot of sketches for this day, as you can see, but none of these ideas really felt like good enough. In the end, I actually used Just Sketch Me, which is an online tool for creating poses. I like to use this website when I want to draw unusual angles, like here for example. You might wonder why Albedo is hanging from the ceiling like this. Well, if we look at the original GLaDOS, she's in a similar position. And production notes revealed that at some point she was supposed to look like an upside-down version of a Venus de Milo. I already sketched out this form of Albedo before I started drawing, in the hope that it would make things easier. I also made other sketches that are more humanoid, but I think I would use that model for the AUs equivalent to Portal 2. Speaking of which, this scene here is inspired by the Portal 1 boss fight. Here's a bit of lore for the AU. Canria Science is a facility that studies all kinds of technologies and got incredibly rich. One day, a virus, unrelated to what's going on right now, is discovered, and its huge mortality rate makes everyone panic. Professor Ryan Dortier, head of Canria, decides to put random healthy people from all over the world inside the facility into a cryosleep, so they can be revived once a catastrophe is over. But only a few days after the project started, the overseeing AI named Kreideprinz gets corrupted by an unknown source and eliminates most of the awake people. After that, he renames himself Xiaobedo, takes over the facility and starts waking the people one by one to test them. Many years later, a young man named Xiao is woken up. He is unable to speak thanks to a few side effects regarding the technology that kept him alive. But he reacts in abnormal ways to Xiaobedo's voice. And that's how the AI's interest is raised.
Log date XBW0.07. Test subject AY10 successfully reached the Xiaobedo chamber and eliminated 3 out of 4 cores. Ice core got eliminated. Fly core got eliminated. Flea core got eliminated. Doing core remains unharmed. Test subject AY10 nearly escaped the facility. Body core retrieved them. I am in need of a new body. Test will continue once the maintenance is over. Test subject AY10 is in cryosleep for now. I wonder why they looked at me like that. Like they noticed my face. Do I know?
And that's it for the shipping week. Oh boy, that was a lot of work. I actually had a lot of fun during this week and I hope you had so too. So what now, you might ask? Well, I got a lot of ideas. The first idea that I have is actually doing some animatics for this specific portal AU, to be honest. I really like the story that I came up with. I have a lot more details planned out than what I revealed in this video, because I think it wouldn't be nice to just hear it all in the info dump, but instead really discover the whole story as a story. Another idea that I have is that I continue writing on the one-shots that I made for this week. I'm not totally happy how the third one ended. It's a bit too open in my opinion, so I would like to make 3 or 4 more one-shots. And I have no idea if I'm also gonna make readings of them. Yeah, maybe I'm also gonna do that. Another idea that I also have is making something with the skate AU I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And by that I mostly mean coming up with character designs and explaining what the characters do in this AU. You know, commentary, like I made for most of the speed paints this week. I also have other ideas like repaints of all the artworks of mine, doing something with my OCs that I have, making some crazy crossovers that I planned since I started playing Genshin. In other words, I actually have a lot of ideas on what I could do in the future, but I would like to have some feedback. Like, what would you like to see? Getting some feedback is always a big motivator for me, so if you want to, write a comment with what idea you like, what you want to see more of. Put it down there. Tell me. If you don't want to tell me anything on YouTube, you can actually also yell on me on Twitter or Instagram. The links for that are, as always, in the description, as well as the link for the full playlist of this week. And now, well, you know the drill. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more, comment if you have any idea what you want to see more of, and we see each other in the next week, next month, whenever I upload something new. Bye bye!